We're headed
to Vegas. Because what happens in Vegas?
So today we are going to be leaving maybe one of my top 5 places.
Never in a million years did I think that.
If you guys watched our last video when we left Quartzsite, we said we were headed to almost at Atlantic City, Las Vegas. We're headed
To Vegas. Yeah, Atlantic City did not make the top 5 list, I can promise you.
So we are leaving Las Vegas today. So we're going to just kind of go over a couple of things that we saw, we did, because we've been a couple times. And yes, Lisa says, but before we go all the way there, and we're going to tell you what it's at the end. Las Vegas used to be considered, first of all, the town that never sleeps. Since COVID,
That's
the town,
not a fact anymore.
yeah, the town sleeps a little bit more now.
It does slow down the later it gets.
And it used to be dubbed as or known as,
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
and we're going to get back with that in a little bit. We're not going to talk more about that now, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is no longer that anymore. So anyway, I love going to Vegas, and I'm not a big people person, which is kind of funny, and Vegas is nothing but people. But I am
Lots of people in a very small space.
I'm very big on watching people. I love to watch people.
Next step is taking him to New York City for the ball drop.
I don't know.
That's a lot of people in a small space.
So anyway, we go to Vegas, us, and we don't hang out at the Strip.
Not so much a fan of that.
We do like going to the Strip. We do go every single time, because most times we go, we have somebody new, and we got to take them down there just to show them what the Strip is all about. But
And if the fountains at the Bellagio ran like all the time, I could go hang out there and just watch that. It's very soothing to me.
and Lisa likes to also go into, I think it's the Bellagio, isn't that the one that has all the decorations they change every season?
Where they change their garden area. It's very cool. All the flowers and all the work that goes into that.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Really sweet.
We watched them do it one year, and they were just...
Yeah, we just happened to be there when they were changing out all the plants. Now, all of their plants and flowers aren't real, but a huge number of them are, which is kind of cool. So they have to switch them out. We were there. We've been there when they're installing. We've been there midway through where they're pulling out dead things and putting in fresh all the time. It's a lot of work.
It's a busy little area too. So if you're trying to take a picture in there, it's tough. It's really small, but it's really cool.
But it is cool, and it's one of the things that I feel like if you go to Vegas and you've never been, you definitely need to check it out, because I think it's one of those things.
So my thing about the Strip is you want to go see most of the hotels. I don't mean go and see the rooms or anything like that, but I think every hotel has something different in their lobby areas.
Right, so like the Bellagio has the fountains out front, and then in the lobby area they have the gardens. But if you go to the Venetian, they have the gondolas riding through. So like each one has their own separate thing that makes them special. And dear God, the amount of steps and the amount of time it would take to go into all of them. I don't think we've ever been in all of them. We've been in a lot of them. Anyway, so it's a lot. And it's just a lot. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of walking. And that's okay. We can walk, but it's a lot.
So before I get into that, I guess. So we did the Strip for a couple days, or a couple times to go see it. When you're there, you still have to venture out, and you have to get away from the Strip in Vegas itself and head on over to the Hoover Dam. I think that's one of the 7 wonders, I guess.
I think it might be. I don't know. They've changed that whole list up, but Hoover Dam's really cool. We've been multiple times, and still it's one of those things that it's like, wow. Just wow.
We were there before they call the walking bridge or the bypass now.
Yeah, the big bypass bridge.
You used to have to drive over the dam to get to...
Just to get through the whole area.
Yeah, from Arizona to Nevada. because that's where your time zone switches. So that was the only way around there, and we watched them build the bridge. So now you don't have to do the winding and the foot traffic. You can kind of just go over the bypass.
I will say it's cool to say that we've been there before the bridge.
I mean,
We
I
were
feel like
there.
we're old.
Well, but we were there. One time we were there, they were in the process of the bridge, and then to go back when it's complete. To not be a resident and not be somebody who's there all the time, it was kind of cool to be there and see like the stages of it happening.
The sad thing is, this year we went,
Yeah.
the bridge was closed due to foot traffic. The bridge was still open, but they were hanging off the edge, which I'm going to tell you what, you guys that want to do that kind of stuff have
No.
big stuff that wants to do
It
that.
would
I'm
not
not doing
happen.
that. So,
But it was sad because Ray and Lisa are with us. They've never been to Vegas. We made the trip out, and literally the bridge closed that day. It was going to be closed the rest of the time we were there. Had we gone the day before, we could have gone on the walking bridge and gotten that view. And like it's not called the gift shop, but the gift shop, the museum, whatever, was also closed. And I understand they have to, in the off season, update, clean, paint, do all the things that they do in the off season. Just so happened that the day we drove out was
I
the
think
day
the visitor
that
center and the
happened.
museum I enjoy more because they have all the stuff in there, how they built the bridge, shows you how they
Yeah.
built it, how they swung with these little, what do you call them, the harnesses and stuff, how they hung there.
There's just no way.
Yeah, it's crazy. But if you're ever there in Hoover, if you're ever in Vegas, you need to go by Hoover Dam. You need to go see that section of it.
And
Hopefully
you can
it's
take
open.
the tour and go down in the dam and like see how it works.
But
But and we know this because we had a friend that we were with previously. If you have a pacemaker, you can't go because of the magnetic fields that are down there. So keep that in mind if you're going. If you are someone that has a pacemaker, you are not going to be able to go. But if you are able to go, it's
pretty
really,
wild.
and if you're interested in how things work, it's a very cool tour.
So we went out and did that, and then we came back, and then we started to head down to my favorite place in Vegas, which is Fremont Street. Every time we're in Vegas, we go to Fremont Street. We hang out. If we're in Vegas, more likely we're there in Fremont Street.
Well, Fremont Street's kind of cool if you're about people watching, if you're about just the wow of Vegas.
Wow.
It's not, you're not going to have to put in as many steps as you do down the
7
strip
blocks.
to see the wow factor. I will say that I think Fremont is a bit more wow.
It gets more wow as the night goes on.
Yes. But whether you want to drink or not, let's just say you do. You can grab a drink. You can walk up and down the whole area there, 7 blocks, he says. There are 3 stages. I don't mean 3 stages of the road. I mean, there are 3 entertainment stages set up. One at the end, one on 1st Street, one on 3rd Street. And they will have anything from a DJ to girls doing aerial like acrobats where they're hanging from like the rings and stuff on the ceiling and doing acrobats.
I almost pushed them off the stage to do that myself because I think I can do it.
I'm pretty sure there's no way in the world that you're going
Oh.
to do that. But it could be anywhere from that to a DJ to a live band. And it could be a live band that's doing 90s rock, 80s rock, heavy metal, country. There was a girl band that played the other night when we were there. So if you like music,
Which
whether
we
you
do.
want to drink or not, and you like different genres of music, it's a great place to go because within 3 blocks of one another, there could be 3 different genres of music playing. You could stop and listen to this one and stop and listen to that one and stop and listen to the next one. Of course, both sides of the street are lined with casinos and hotels, so you can stay down there if you want to and just be able to walk out and enjoy the fun.
If you want to know what they're playing that night or that weekend, you can always go to FremontExperience.com and
Yeah, I think
click
it's
on
Fremont
there.
Street Experience. And Fremont has 1 E, fellas, not 2. Just in case. But I'm pretty sure if you search for 2, you're going to find it anyway.
And it'll tell you all the bands, when they're playing. Because Lisa is a groupie, so she has a band and
I
she
love
loves to
Alter
go.
Ego.
Every time we're there, we got to go see them. I think we saw them, 3 times this time?
Yep. I just like them. Also on Fremont Street, so you've got casinos, you've got bars,
Did
you've
you win
got
any money in
restaurants
casino?
in the casinos,
Oh.
you've got bands. I did not win any money on Fremont Street,
But it was a casino.
but I did win a little bit of money in a casino, just a little bit. And on Fremont Street, it is home to Slotzilla. So for those of you that aren't familiar, it's a huge slot machine at one end of Fremont Street, and you can zip line either from there. I think it's like the halfway point on a lower line where you're sitting upright on the zip line, or if you take the top, it's Superman style, and it goes the whole length of Fremont Street.
That way, when you fall,
land,
you dive down.
Don't fall. You leave the slot machine on the upper one, and you land right above the stage at the other end of Fremont Street.
So you're going through 7 blocks.
And they're also home to Viva Vision, which is the whole street has a canopy that's over top of it.
It's the world's largest
digital.
I
don't know. It's like a
TV projector.
Yeah. So every hour on the hour, they do a different show. Like it was Katy Perry. I don't remember who the other artists were. So 1 hour it would be a Katy Perry theme, and I don't remember who.
So it's pretty cool. You don't have to miss it. So if
Shakira was one.
If you're listening to the band stops like at 7:59.
Right, so that's when the band takes their break.
So it comes on and it plays for like 8 minutes, and then the band comes back on.
Right. So I don't know. It's just a cool, fun place to hang out. No matter what you're into, you'll probably have a good time there. If you're easily offended by people's wardrobe choices, you might not have a good time.
Or some of the signs they put up. You know?
Yeah.
But
it is an interesting place. It doesn't cost anything to go there
It's a
other
good
than your
laugh.
parking.
And we are starting to find some better places to park and different ways to park down there to save a little bit of money.
So here's a tip.
Don't tell everybody because then they'll find it. And
Here's a tip.
then they'll take it from us.
I'm going to share. Because
hope this video doesn't go viral.
The last night that we were going to Fremont Street, I was Googling. Now, the trick for us is finding a parking area, because typically garages don't work good with the dually. Between the width and the height, it's a little sketch. But there are a couple parking lots within a 2-block radius, I guess. Like $20 for the night, which isn't outrageous, I don't think, for the area. But
we've been to a lot more expensive parking.
But the Fremont Street Experience has their own parking deck, and the lower level has a higher ceiling. So if you got there,
oversized.
If you got there in time, you could park there. If you had to go to the upper decks, maybe not. But it's 20. I want to say 20. I might be wrong, but we'll just for simple math. Don't get all bent out of shape if I'm wrong. If you look it up.
Well, Lisa Pink, if you watch this, comment, let us know, because you're the one that paid for that one. I don't know.
No, that was when we went somewhere else.
That was somewhere else.
We didn't actually go here because I didn't find this till the last day. Fremont Street Experience parking, I think it's $20 for 24-hour period or whatever. So if you're going down for one night, you would pay $20. But for locals, or for those of us that were going to be there at Fremont Street for more than 2 nights.
You consider yourself a local?
Maybe it was $25. Anyway, you can buy a monthly pass to that parking garage for $45. Now, had we known that, had we been able to get in, due to size, and I didn't really investigate it that hard, but if we'd been able to park on the lower level, $45, we were down there for like 3 or 4 nights. So that would have been the better way to go. And then parking wouldn't have been near as expensive, broken up across the number of days. If you're only going to go once, park where you want. It's about the same price.
We did Uber in 1 day or 2 days because we were doing some drinking and we didn't want to drive after we drank. So we all Ubered in, and that made it a lot easier. It's more expensive, but at least they pick you up at the door at the camper and they dropped you off at the Fremont Street. So
there was that. So I don't know, options. And then on the Strip, that's what he's talking about. We went down to the Million Mile Shops, or I think is what it's called, and he's going to tell you about that a little bit, what we did there. But they had oversized parking, so not like our fifth wheel, obviously, but if you had like a little Class B or C, there was a C parked in that oversized parking area downtown, the Million Mile Shops, or Miracle Mile Shops, I don't know.
It's a lot of walking. It's kind of like an indoor mall.
But it is like a little mall, and it's attached to Planet Hollywood. So that parking area is oversized on the bottom deck, and it was $30 for 24 hours.
24 whole hours. So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad, especially for oversized parking and not having to look, because when you get down the Strip, finding a parking lot that is within a decent walking distance, that isn't a deck and that has accommodations for bigger vehicles, that's a trick. So that was a good find.
So before we get into all the other stuff, you found a donut place. You know, Lisa loves donuts and ice cream.
So I was
we
wanting
found
something sweet.
We found something totally different. And it was kind of funny because she said, we're driving, and she said, I want a donut or ice cream.
I know. Well, so here's the thing, guys. Further out west you get, it seems like there's donut shops on every corner. And at home, not so much. We used to have an awesome donut shop that was a local mom and pop, and they were so good. And now all we have is like the chain shops, and they're not on every block either. So I wanted a good donut, like a good donut. And I found this place.
And she wanted ice cream.
Donuts and ice cream. It's called Yo Nuts. Yeah, but anyway. So
only in Vegas.
You can get donuts.
Or you can get
ice cream, or you could get milkshakes, and they're like the bougie milkshakes that are fancy, and they have a mini donut stuck down on the straw. Or you could get a pressed donut. I wasn't really sure, and I still don't think it's like the best thing ever, but if you're torn between a donut and ice cream, it is a great option. It was a smashed donut so like a solid donut, one that would normally have cream filling in it, right? So no hole in the middle. And it's just a blank. There's no icing, there's no filling, there's no sugar, nothing. They slice it in the middle, like if you were gonna make a sandwich out of it. And then they put a scoop of ice cream in the middle, shut it back up, and they put it in, it's like a waffle iron, but it was like just rounded. Put it in and shut it. And so it made the donut nice and warm, kept the ice cream cold in the middle, and then when they pull it out, they cut it in half and turn it up so that the open side of your sandwich, if you will, is pointing up. And then they do different fillings. So like I got birthday cake, so it was birthday, and it was Bluebell ice cream. It was birthday cake ice cream. They had a drizzle of like blue icing on top, and then they had cut up like the Little Debbie birthday cake ones. And then they had sprinkled like little sprinkles on top. Lisa got like the cookies and cream, I think. It had...
But they were out of the ice cream.
They were out of the cookies and cream ice cream. So he got Moose Tracks ice cream. And then it had Oreo crumbles and broken up Oreo and like Chips Ahoy or something, chocolate chip with like a drizzle of icing. And then Ray got strawberry shortcake. So it was like strawberry shortcake ice cream with like the strawberry crumbly things on top.
I will tell you one thing. That was like sugar overload.
It was a lot. We should have just shared one.
Yeah, I didn't finish it.
Because I couldn't finish mine. He couldn't finish his. It was very, very sweet.
But she got her donut and her ice cream all at the same time, which was awesome. I didn't have to go to two different places.
Yep.
The best donuts ever?
I don't know if they were the best donuts ever, but it was donuts and ice cream all in one.
Yeah,
so
the combination was good.
Since you guys couldn't decide who wanted donuts and who wanted ice cream?
We did both.
So they were warm donuts with cold ice cream in the middle.
Yeah, which was pretty good.
And it's called what?
Yo Nuts.
We're talking about food, you know, we love to eat. And there is no shortness of restaurants.
No shortage of food in Vegas.
If you want chicken strips, or do you want top of the line steak, or you want ramen, or you want anything, is there.
Pizza,
so
pasta.
we went to a couple different places. I think I might have found, and I'm not a sushi eater. Usually we go to all you can eat sushi restaurants. Lisa gets the sushi and I get the hibachi. I don't think I ate any
You
hibachi.
only ate sushi.
And I found 4 or 5 of them that I really, really, really liked.
If you try things,
I do.
Sometimes if you try things out of your wheelhouse,
I do try stuff
you find
every
new things
time.
to add to your wheelhouse.
So you remember what that place was called? The sushi place?
It started with an S.
I'll link it in the thing. I don't remember what it was, but it was amazing. I think and Lisa, I don't know if you know Lisa, but she doesn't like to go to places unless there's a 4.5 star review or higher.
Just saying.
If it's a little less than 4.5, she will read the reviews and make 100% sure it's not because you didn't get seated right away or.
Can we discuss that for a minute?
Oh boy. Going down a rabbit hole.
If you are, it's going to be short and sweet. If you are a Google reviewer,
Which we are,
we review things. Do not. This is a pet peeve of mine. Do not give them a bad review because the restaurant was full and you came on a Friday night at 6 o'clock and you had to wait 45 minutes for a seat.
to me, that's a good thing.
To me, yes, I'm frustrated that I had to wait, but number one, I chose a decent restaurant. They have a wait, and they're busy. That's not bad. That's a good thing for them. Sucks that you have to wait, but you picked 6 o'clock on a Friday night. What did you expect? So, give them a good review if the food's good, if the service is good. And then if you want to add a side note that said, by the way, on a Friday evening, we had to wait 45 minutes.
All right, get off your soapbox.
But don't give them a 2-star and then say, well, I had to wait 45 minutes to sit, but the food was amazing and the service was great. Okay, now their rating is below a 4.5, and I'm thinking the restaurant's no good, and the restaurant's not bad. Your wait time was bad. So
the reason she gets on these soapboxes for these reviews is because she reads the reviews when we go somewhere to eat.
And it'll be amazing.
We do reviews also everywhere we go. We are almost a level 8 Google reviewer on Google now. And we have our own business, and we have customers give us reviews too. And the very first thing they say on there is excellent service. Everything is great.
Everything's perfect.
But
4
I gave
stars.
a 4-star.
Why don't you give me 4 stars? Well, nobody's perfect. Okay, fine.
But at least put down in the bottom something they could have improved on. But anyway, off of that, the sushi place was amazing. We went
They
to
were packed.
Evil Pie Pizza.
Yep, and I like that too.
That's on Fremont Street, so we always right off of Fremont Street. But so we love to go to Evil Pie when we're
It's
there.
an Evel Knievel themed restaurant, so that's what it's about.
Do you remember where else we went to eat?
There is this Mexican restaurant that Jimmy loves.
Oh, how did I
I think
forget
it's
that?
La Vicinidad or something like that. We'll
Let's-
link that. We'll link that as well.
Let's talk about that. So we went off the strip to go find some good Mexican food because there's all
This
about
was
Mexican.
several years ago that we actually found this place, and we go back every time we're in town.
And somehow we got there on a Wednesday, and it's the only day they do it, but it's all you can eat tacos, and it's like all you can eat street tacos. And it's like $21,
It's
I
like,
think
I think
it
it
is.
was $24, which I'm never going to eat that. I can't eat enough to make that worth my while, but he can.
We're going to talk about that bad review for a second, because we've been 2 times since we've been there, and we haven't been able to get in because the line
But
is out the door.
They have like a 4.7 Google review.
Yeah, I know.
They do.
But they probably have a bad review because somebody couldn't get in.
somewhere got mad.
So we have left twice because it was just over an hour and a half, 2 hours waiting to get in there. So we were able to get in this time. We got our all you can eat tacos,
Holy cow!
and I'm gonna tell you they're amazing.
And I got a burrito because I thought I can't do all that. I just want something small. I'll just get. Oh, I guess it was a chimichanga. Holy cow! I couldn't finish half of it. It was huge, and it was funny because on the menu I thought, well, that's odd that it doesn't come with like beans or rice. Well, there were beans and rice in it, number one, but it was huge.
So restaurants, people watching, just the view. If you're a big gambler, it's a fun place to go. Lisa is getting into craps now, and she doubled her money this weekend, which is good. We didn't lose any money. I'm sorry, doubled plus. She wanted me to make sure I said double plus.
1.5.
So we made some money off there. We didn't leave Vegas any money. So yeah, there's just so many things, and there's more things than we even know about than we don't even know about, like the helicopter rides. There's so many things to do. But we go to Vegas for those certain things, and we really, really enjoy it. And last year or 2 years ago,
Last year, our daughter-in-law.
oh, big bump, sorry.
bumpy road. Last year, when we were in town, our daughter-in-law said, "I found something I want us to do. This is where it is. It sounds so cool." And I was like, okay. And so finally, I said, all y'all will probably enjoy it. I might not so much, but I'm a team player, and I'll go. We had the best time. So much fun that we did it a second time.
And then we went back.
And then we went back this time with Ray and Lisa.
So Ray and Lisa camping with the winos, and camping with the winos.
Camping with the winos.
They are huge, I'll just say PlayStation gamers. They love Call of Duties and all that kind of stuff. So they had, it's funny, I might tell you guys more information than they want you to tell, but they actually have 2 TVs in their living room where they play and they
so
watch.
They can each have their own game, right?
So they can all game together, and they're on their own consoles. But they love Call of Duty. So our daughter-in-law found this VR virtual reality. What What do you call it?
That's what it is. It's a virtual reality experience. It's called Sandbox. And there are 2 locations currently in Vegas. One is in the Venetian and one is in those Million Mile shops. And we've went to the one in the shops both times that's right there at the Planet Hollywood. Such fun.
So you basically go in there and you
and
tell
I'm
them,
not a gamer. Like, I am not, like, Jimmy isn't a hardcore gamer, but like when we're home, him and the kids have always been gamers. They play together. We don't take a game with us, but they're talking about getting him one to take with us.
so you go inside and you pick the
Experience
you want to do, and they kind of walk you through it, and you go upstairs and you put these things on your arms and your wrist and your feet, and then you get your goggles and your headphones and you go in.
And you get your vest.
You're already in a little room, and then you get the stuff on, and then when they turn it on, it's all virtual reality. It is just so cool and so wild. It makes you feel like you're actually in that thing.
All right, Lisa, if you see something back there, say something. I'll turn around.
God, dang.
That.
All right, I'm good.
And it's everything from like a Call of Duty type of experience to like zombies, the fantasy world experience
To the Squid Game.
to Squid Games. So like I don't think there's going to be a level that's not, like we were all about to die. We were so hot when we finished because it's, what do you call it? Like it's like a cardio experience. And ours was one of the easier ones. Squid Games requires a little more movement and that kind of thing. But guys, even if you're not a gamer, keep an open mind and go. It's so much fun.
Even if you just do Squid Games, because it's not gory or
And
anything like that.
let's talk about those Google reviews, because the Sandbox VR has a 5-star Google rating out of like, is it 3,000?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was a lot. It wasn't like, 5 stars out of 5 reviews. 5 stars out of thousands of reviews.
It is a blast. So if you guys go there, you really, really need to check them out. I think we're going to do it probably every time we go back to Vegas now. But I just got to let everybody know I was number 1.
I wasn't last. That's an accomplishment for me. I'll just leave it there. I wasn't number one, but I wasn't last. So for me, that's a big deal.
So let us know what is your favorite thing if you go to Vegas? What is your favorite thing? Because I'm going to tell you, when I first went to Vegas, I thought, and it's because we went for bowling, I thought, this isn't going to be for me. I'll be ready to fly in and fly out. Now, I'm ready to find out more and back. So let us know what your favorite thing is in Vegas. Have you done any of the VR experiences? We're starting to see there's a lot more of them, across the country now. So we're going to probably start looking for some more of those and see if we can do some.
And the VR is where we found the oversized parking at the Planet Hollywood. So,
what's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite
entertainment? We've never done any of the shows at Vegas, so that might be something we should try one time when we're there. But I'm always I'm skeptical because I don't want to spend a lot of money to do like one of the shows or something, and then it's not great. So if you happen to Vegas and you are like one of the people that does the shows, what's your favorite show and which one should we not do? Because it's going to be a minute before we come back to Vegas. But I want to have like...
It might not be as soon.
Oh, you know where else we ate?
It may not be as long as you think.
There was a chicken place. It's called the Farm Basket. And it's kind of like a fast food. It's not a sit-down restaurant. You go in and order and you sit.
It's like a Chick-fil-A.
The best customer service, hands down. The guy that took our
it
order
made Chick-fil-A look bad.
The guy that took our order could not have been more accommodating. We'd never been, so some friends of ours recommended it. We met them. We went for dinner. And I'm not going to lie, I looked it up online, and the reviews were not great. And it was funny because a lot of them talked about the service. And I don't know how the service could have been any
Maybe
better.
it wasn't the same guy.
Maybe it was the same guy. Maybe they caught him on an off day. And everybody has a bad day. But the food was great. Like, it was really good. I was a bit nervous about going, but we'd said we would go, so I was team player. Take one for the team. Oh, it was so good.
So we're going to get off here now, and we're getting ready to go see some jackasses.
It's not nice. They're donkeys.